My fiancée straight up used my razor to slice open one of her sanitary pads. Then she shoved 3 of my hairs inside, sealed it with superglue, and snuck it into my briefcase. Right after, she called 911 and told the cops I sexually assaulted her at home. And that damn pad in my briefcase? According to her, proof. Just like that, I got locked up for 10 years. Fast forward 10 years, the day I got out, she shows up to pick me. I swear I saw a tiny flicker of pity in her eyes. I couldn't help but laugh. Chloe, don't act all lovey-dovey now. That just reminds me you're the one who personally sent me to rot for a decade. These scars on my body, don't even try to play dumb. Weren't you the one telling them to take good care of me? I spat out, take good care, with pure venom. Her face froze. 10 years, and she hadn't changed a bit. Still oozing that same arrogant vibe. My harsh tone made her go icy. I don't know what you're talking about. Just get in the car. She instinctively moved to block the front passenger door like I was going to sit there. I shot a bitter smile and slid into the back. In the rearview mirror, my own reflection looked gaunt, sunken eyes, deathly pale. I know you must have suffered a lot these past 10 years, but don't worry. I'll keep my promise. We'll get married, she said, turning to me, reaching for my scarred hand. That sight of my wounds. Yeah, another flicker of guilt hit her eyes. Ethan, once your hands heal, you can play the piano again. Whatever you want to do from now on, I'll be there. I calmly pulled my hand back. No words. The drive from that psych facility on the outskirts of Chicago to the Hayes estate? Nearly 2 hours. The warmth in the car was making me drowsy, but Chloe wasn't about to let me rest. My cold silence was making her nervous, so she broke it. Ethan, your parents didn't come get you today 'cause Liam's got a huge piano competition. I don't want to hear it. I cut her off, annoyed. Fine, she muttered. I closed my eyes, zero desire to talk. The car fell into an eerie silence, but my mind? It was anything but quiet, trapped in that familiar cage of torment. Did you hear that, Ethan? In your parents' eyes, their adopted kid, the one who ain't even blood, will always matter more than you, their actual son. So what if you got locked up and tortured for 10 years? They still don't love you. A damn piano competition matters more than the day you finally come home. Wake up, Ethan. Your family, your fiancé, none of them love you. It was true. Nobody loved me. 10 years of breakdowns taught me who they really were. I stopped loving them too. Chloe? Nah, I didn't want her either. No wedding was ever happening. Voices in my head kept reminding me none of these people deserved forgiveness. They made me relive the past. Ethan, apart from the Hayes name, your only connection is a laughable thread of blood. When you were 3, their dying nanny lost you. To make up for it, she jumped off a building, leaving her own son your age for your parents to raise. That kid got all the love you should have had. You got passed from one trafficker to another, abused nonstop. Survived long enough to be found by the Hayes, but it only got worse. Everyone doted on him, and when he screwed up, you took the fall. Compared to him, you'll never earn their love. Even after 10 years, no pity. Stop hoping, Ethan. They'll only let you down again and again. I clenched my fists so hard my nails dug into my palms. Sharp pain was a welcome distraction, but the ache in my chest stayed. A maid was waiting as we got there. She greeted us respectfully, but only for Chloe. Miss Sterling, Mr. Liam asked that you come see his competition as soon as you returned. He'll be waiting at the venue. Chloe nodded and started to leave, then suddenly remembered me. She paused, looking at me long. You just got back? Rest up. I'll come see you another day. Then she rushed off, ignoring the maid's voice behind me. Sir, Mrs. Hayes said don't track your filth into the house. It's for your own good. Don't be ungrateful. Also, Mr. Hayes says stay in the house from now on. Don't embarrass the Hayes name. Filth and embarrassment. Liam getting drunk and raping an innocent girl wasn't an embarrassment. But I was used to their attitude. I felt nothing. I silently walked to the oppressive basement. We kept your place for you all these years, sir. None of the servants or family has used it. Mr. and Mrs. Hayes haven't arranged another room, so you'll stay in the basement you were in for 5 years. She left after a few more taunts. I stared at the dilapidated space. From 14 to 23, this was home in name only, colder than the bridge underpass I slept under as a runaway. I drifted into restless sleep. Old injuries ached. I dreamed I'd just come back to the Hayes. My parents doted on Liam and Olivia while I got indifference or dismissiveness. Even the staff insulted me. But Chloe? She appeared, standing up for me as they tossed me expired milk. Ethan, don't be afraid. This is your home. We're engaged one day. Be brave, get strong. Don't let anyone push you around. She was the first warmth in my bleak existence. I woke crying, tears I didn't even notice. Curled up in the basement, damp, cold, dark. I thought of Chloe again, the first one to stand up for me. But now, I just wanted to leave. Then I heard noises upstairs. I crept to the door, hearing my family talk. Mom, Dad, is Ethan really my brother? Are you sure the paternity test wasn't wrong? How can he be so rude? Liam got distracted cause of him and lost the competition. Thank God Chloe was there to cheer him. Otherwise, he'd be crushed. Couldn't Ethan come another day? I just can't with him. Spend more time with Liam these next few days. You know how he gets in his head. Mom looked just as troubled. I'm seriously worried about Ethan. He's back with that same damn look on his face, like the whole world owes him something, and he's always got Liam in his sights. Now that he's back, living under the same roof, I'm scared to death that Liam's heart condition is going to flare up again. I clenched my fists, a bitter, self-mocking feeling washing over me. My release date had been set 10 years ago. How the hell was it my fault that it landed on the same day as Liam's competition? And another thing, my father added, irritation dripping from his voice. He comes home and doesn't even bother to greet his parents. What does he expect? For us to go downstairs and check on him ourselves? Hearing that, I turned around and headed back into the basement. It was better not to expect anything from them. They'd only let you down anyway. I opened the confidential file in my email and read it carefully. As I got ready to sign electronically, an automated voice kicked in. Mr. Hayes, please consider your decision carefully before signing. This agreement will take effect within 7 days. Once you sign and accept this assignment, your identity will be erased for the next 10 years. All your movements will be classified, and you will be forbidden from contacting the outside world for the duration of the mission. I hit confirm and signed my name. A new message popped up on the screen. Congratulations. You are now a member of the U.S. Geological Survey. Please prepare yourself. In 7 days, a technician will provide you with a new identity and escort you to Livingston Island for your assignment. 7 days. Enough time to say a final goodbye to the first half of my life. I'd waited 10 long years for this moment. My eyes burned with tears as I pictured a future that finally looked bright, finally had some hope. I'd been accepted into the USGS 10 years ago, but that incident stole a whole decade from me. Still, it wasn't too late. The next morning, heading out for breakfast, I ran straight into Chloe and Liam. They were laughing together, but the smiles on their faces froze the second they saw me. I ignored them and tried to walk past, but Chloe grabbed my arm. Ethan, where are you going? Are you misunderstanding something? Liam looked at me, apology plastered on his face, his voice carrying that weak, innocent whine. Ethan, please don't get the wrong idea. I didn't come home last night because I was with Chloe, but I swear nothing happened. I was just feeling low, and Chloe was kind enough to stay out with me and cheer me up. Standing that close, I could smell the same fresh body wash on both of them. Are you done? I asked flatly. If so, move. Chloe just stared at me, confused. Instead of stepping aside, Liam grabbed my arm with fake intimacy. Mom and Dad are cooking today to make up for yesterday. You should come. Their food is amazing. He didn't even wait for a response, just dragged me toward the living room. I had to fight the urge to shove him off me. Chloe followed right behind us. When we walked in, I saw my parents and my spoiled sister Olivia rushing around the kitchen. Looks like Liam and Chloe are back from their little date. I wonder if anything. Olivia cut herself off when she saw me. She shot me a glare and muttered, "So rude. Doesn't even say hello. No manners at all." Right then, my parents came out carrying dishes. The smiles on their faces vanished when they saw me, like I was some unwanted intruder. Finally, my father forced a greeting. "Well, what are you all standing around for? Sit down before the food gets cold." Liam hugged my mother, smiling like he'd won the lottery. "Thanks, Mom. You and Dad are the best." They looked at him with pure affection. In that moment, I felt like a total stranger who'd wandered into someone else's perfect family. The table was loaded with seafood, all of it looking incredible. Everyone smiled at Liam. Not one of them remembered I was allergic to shellfish. Seeing me frozen there, Liam put on his concerned act. "What are you standing around for, Ethan? Sit down. Don't you like what Mom and Dad made?" Or are you still upset they went to my competition instead of picking you up? He sighed dramatically. I'm really sorry, Ethan. I didn't know the competition would fall on your release day. It's all my fault for ruining your big day. My parents and Olivia's faces shifted from mild annoyance to full-on blame, and I still hadn't said a single word. Chloe stood up and pulled me toward a chair. Liam, don't worry. Your brother isn't petty. He won't hold it against you. As Chloe sat beside me and reached to serve food, Liam suddenly stood and stepped between us. He grabbed Chloe's hand right in front of me, his voice sharp and challenging. Really? You're that generous? You won't hold a grudge? Then why don't you let me have your engagement to Chloe? The seriousness in his tone stunned everyone silent. As they all looked at me, I felt that familiar, crushing self-pity flood my chest. If I'd made a request like that, they'd have called me shameless, disgusting, accused me of stealing my brother's fiancée, and being a terrible older brother. But this time, it was their precious adopted son speaking. They all waited, nervous, for my response. I looked at the ridiculous scene and let out a cold laugh. Liam, is there anything of mine you don't want to take? I asked. Then I turned to the rest of them. And you? As my family, do you expect me to just nod and let him have whatever he wants? The room fell dead silent. Or rather, they switched to French, building a wall around me and shutting me out. Liam turned to them, speaking in French, his voice full of fake pain. What have I done now? I said the wrong thing again. I always upset Ethan by accident. I didn't mean it. I was just trying to lighten the mood. I can't believe he took it so seriously. How are we supposed to get along? I never wanted to take anything from him. Maybe it would be better if I just disappeared. Before he could finish, my father cut him off in French. Don't be ridiculous. This is your home. We're your family, and we love you more than anything. Don't ever think like that again. My mother rushed to him, taking his hand. Oh, Liam, you're too considerate. From now on, don't worry about what Ethan thinks. He's become so difficult, so petty and resentful. Your father and I couldn't bring ourselves to like him even if we tried. Olivia glared at me and added in French, sure I wouldn't understand. You're our family. You're the only brother I'll ever have. I'll never call that uncultured person my brother. As they kept talking in French, Chloe kept glancing at me, like she wanted to say something but didn't dare. She looked pale, conflicted. I turned to her, pretending I didn't know a thing. Chloe, what are they saying? I don't understand. She wouldn't look at me. It's nothing, she said lightly. They're just telling Liam not to joke like that anymore. Pathetic. They were all shielding him from me. Joke's on them. I understood every word. Every single one felt like a knife twisting in my gut. No matter how much I told myself to let it go, it still hurt like hell. I couldn't stay there any longer. I stood up. I'm going for a walk. Enjoy your meal. I walked out without looking back. Behind me, their French complaints started up again, full of resentment. He makes me so angry, my mother said. I carried him for 9 months, and for what? I slave over this meal, and he acts like he doesn't care at all. It's heartbreaking. Don't be upset, Mom, Olivia said. It's better he's not eating with us. That scar on his face ruins my appetite. Appreciate it? How was I supposed to appreciate any of this? They were my biological parents. I told them I was allergic to shellfish, and they never remembered. To them, there was only Liam, obedient, sensible, always wearing that innocent look. I was thrown back to my first days in this house. Liam had smiled at me, asking what foods I liked and if I had any allergies. I told him about the shellfish allergy. At the welcome dinner, the table was covered in it. I knew then he wasn't happy I was home. He put a huge crab on my plate, excitement all over his face. I hesitated, and my father snapped. What are you waiting for? Liam served you himself. Eat it. Don't disrespect his kindness. I'm allergic, I said carefully. I can't eat shellfish. Liam acted shocked. What? You're allergic? But you told me it was your favorite. I even steamed this crab just for you. He held up his hand, showing a blister from the steamer. My mother's face hardened instantly. She pulled him close. That's enough, Ethan. I don't care what games you played before, but in this house you will get along with your siblings. If I ever catch you lying to frame your brother again, don't blame me for disowning you. Olivia pointed at the crab. Eat it, you villain. My brother burned his hand for you. If you don't eat it, I'll hate you forever. With all of them staring, I forced the crab down, despair choking me. When the hives broke out, my breathing turned ragged, and I struggled for air. Their expressions finally changed, but not to concern. He's actually allergic, someone muttered. Call 911. How is this possible? My mother said. Neither of us has allergies. That's not the point, my father said coldly. The point is he's already this malicious. How can I ever treat him like a son? They looked at me with pure annoyance. A stranger would have cared more. Instead, they gathered around Liam. Don't worry, my mother cooed. His allergy is his own fault. If he hadn't tried to frame you, he wouldn't be suffering. I still remember that helpless despair. I spent a week in the hospital. None of them visited, except Chloe, who came by after school every day. It felt like the whole world had rejected me. I broke down again and again, unable to understand why the family I dreamed of treated me this way. The only one who showed me any kindness was Chloe. Let's just forget it, she said. Focus on getting better and going back to school. I believe you weren't lying. Hearing, I believe you made me cry. Back then, she was a ray of sunshine in my dark, freezing world. I clung to her. For years, I ignored the rest of what she said. But I believe Liam too. I grew up with him. I know who he is. He probably just misunderstood you. I hope you won't blame him. Looking back, her belief was just empty comfort, but I held on to it anyway. They all loved Liam. They always took his side. They watched me nearly suffocate and still forgot. Not that they would have cared. Now I didn't need them anymore. Just 7 more days, and I'd be gone for good. I went back to the basement and picked up my guitar. It used to mean everything to me, but 10 years in damp air had warped the wood and killed its sound. It would cost a crazy amount of money to get it properly restored. The irony was wild. The Hay family was worth hundreds of millions, yet me, their own son, couldn't even scrape together a lousy $100. I took the guitar to a shop on the Magnificent Mile. The luthier told me a full restoration would run over $2,000. For me, that number was straight up insane. There was no way around it. I had to find some part-time work to make that cash. I really wanted to fix that guitar. It was the only thing I still felt even remotely attached to. I landed a gig playing at a packed downtown bar, working all the way until 3 o'clock in the morning. When I finally checked my phone, it was blowing up, dozens of missed calls and texts from Chloe, all asking where I was. I had no clue what was going on, so I texted back, "What's up?" She must have been waiting because she called instantly. "Ethan, where are you? Send me your location. I'll come get you. I need to talk to you." I told her where I was. Less than 10 minutes later, her Rolls-Royce Phantom rolled up to the curb. She looked at me, her face full of anxiety and confusion. "Ethan, who were you with at the bar? I don't remember you having any friends." A bitter smile crept onto my lips. She wasn't wrong. I had nothing. No family. Not a single friend. I didn't answer, and she didn't push it. Just as she was about to speak again, my stomach growled loud enough to embarrass me. She pulled me into the car, her voice soft. "Ethan, let's go to that little restaurant you used to love." No way I was arguing with a hungry stomach, so I just nodded. At 3 a.m., the city was still buzzing with lights and energy. For rich people, day and night meant nothing. The restaurant was a small spot in Old Town, nothing like the fancy places downtown. I'd worked there part-time in high school. It wasn't my favorite, but I once saved an entire month's wages to take Chloe there for dinner. No wonder she remembered it. She froze while ordering, then hesitated before handing the menu to me. Trying to kill the awkward silence, she started talking. For a split second, her words almost got to me, but the feeling didn't last. "Ethan, I know you don't eat seafood, so let's call this your official welcome home dinner. And about today, please don't take it to heart. It's not that they forgot. It just slipped their minds. Liam loves seafood, and the dinner was really for him, to cheer him up. So it's understandable your parents weren't as considerate as they could have been. Don't be too." I cut her off with a frown. "Can we just eat in peace? I don't want to talk about it." She went quiet, her expression dark. We finished the meal without another word. Chloe had always been proud and beautiful, glowing with this dazzling kind of presence. I remembered when I was first brought back to the Hayes estate. She introduced herself so gracefully. "Hello, Ethan. I'm Chloe Sterling. I'm your fiancé." The Hayes and Sterlings are old family friends. Our engagement was arranged when we were born. She was the first person to show me kindness, the first warmth I'd felt in years. My parents were industry giants, powerful figures in the business world. From the moment I was found, they looked down on me. I wasn't polished enough for them. They hated my timid nature, my lack of Liam's effortless charm. It didn't matter how well I did in school. Even getting into an Ivy League meant less to them than Liam getting a B on a test. My parents ignored me, and Liam constantly sabotaged me. I was humiliated by the staff at home and bullied at school. Every single time, Chloe was the one who stood up for me. "Open your eyes and look carefully," she'd snap at them. "Ethan is the true son of the Hayes family, and he is my future husband. He's not someone trash like you can push around." She tutored me, brought me snacks, and gave me gifts on every holiday. The guitar I carried was her graduation present to me. You never forget kindness when you're at your lowest. That's how I felt about Chloe. She was my first love, the girl I dreamed of building a future with. My disappointment in the Hayes family was total, but I stayed, clinging to the hope of our engagement. Now, though, I wanted none of it. I ate fast. She barely touched her food. She'd clearly eaten earlier, and just watched me with a small smile. It was the same smile I remembered, but now it felt empty. On the drive back, she kept watching me in the rearview mirror, my guitar clutched tight. "You really love that guitar, don't you?" she said. "You love the piano too. You looked so handsome when you played. Why don't I buy you a piano to celebrate your freedom?" The knife in my chest twisted again. "No, thanks," I said calmly. "Guitar, piano, I don't want any of it. In 5 days, I'm leaving for good. I won't need them, and I don't want to be a bother." Silence filled the car. Her expression was complicated, and she kept glancing at me like she wanted to say something. I didn't care. Instead, I wondered if she'd ever felt even a flicker of guilt for having me locked away and stealing 10 years of my life. At the estate, she got out with me and pulled a bag from the trunk. "Ethan, this cream is for your scars. I know you always cared about how you looked, so over the past 10 years I've consulted a lot of specialists. This ointment was custom-made from their formula. You should try it. I'm sure it'll work. When your face heals, will you marry me? I want to be your beautiful bride." Before she could finish, her phone rang, sharp and loud. I saw Liam's name on the screen. She rejected the call, but iMessages kept buzzing nonstop. Her eyes kept drifting to the phone. I didn't wait. I turned and walked away. Later, sitting in the basement staring at my guitar, a text from her came in. "Ethan, I'm so sorry. Liam needed my help with something for work, and I got distracted. Please forgive me. Get some sleep, and don't forget the cream." I didn't reply. That night, my sleep was restless. I dreamed of the year Chloe was diagnosed with leukemia. When they found out I was a match, I agreed to the bone marrow transplant without hesitation. But as I recovered, I saw her and Liam growing closer. I thought my sacrifice would bring us together. Instead, it was the beginning of the end. I woke up feeling just as alone, like a kid abandoned by the world. I pulled myself together and went to rent a guitar for my gig. Crossing the yard, I heard laughter from the living room. Chloe was holding a fluffy white cat, laughing with Liam. A strange calm washed over me. I didn't linger. I just turned and left. I used the money from the night before to rent a guitar and buy a mask, then went downtown to busk in a busy plaza. In a city this big, street musicians were everywhere. Across the street was a massive mall. I played most of the morning, taking requests from young couples who wanted love songs. I never expected to run into anyone I knew, especially my sister. "Ethan, are you insane?" Olivia shrieked, stomping toward me in heels. "Who gave you permission to beg on the street like this? Have you no shame? What about the Hayes family's reputation?" I offered her my song list. She stomped on it and started screaming. I calmly picked it up and looked at her. There's no shame in earning an honest living. That only pissed her off more. She stared like I'd told a sick joke. "You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Trying to get attention? You're a Hayes, you don't need money." She thought the idea of me working was hilarious. The irony burned. "Please move," I said. "You're disturbing my work." She glared at me. "Just wait until I tell Mom and Dad. You'll give them a heart attack. Why are you always jealous of Liam? Who could ever love someone like you?" She raised her hand to slap me. I grabbed her wrist, but my mask fell off. She stared at the scar on my face, something unreadable flashing in her eyes. "Ethan, look at you. That scar is hideous. Go to a hospital. Just go home." As I put the mask back on, she stared at me again. "Don't think I'm grateful just because you got hurt saving me. You deserved it. I never asked you to save me." That's when Chloe and Liam came out of the mall, drinks and popcorn in hand, heading for a movie. I packed up and left. Behind me, Olivia screamed, "You bastard. Don't ignore me. Forget me ever calling you my brother." Brother. I stopped caring about that title a long time ago. When I first came back, I wanted a relationship with her. I envied the way she called Liam brother. She never gave me a chance. Stay away from me, Ethan. You're toxic, she used to say. She forgot that scar came from shielding her in a car crash. If I hadn't been there, it would have been on her face. It happened in my second year back, when I was still trying so hard to be perfect. When the car crashed, I threw myself in front of her. She walked away untouched. The first thing she did was check on Liam. Are you okay? She cried. I was bleeding, glass embedded in my face. She didn't even look at me. I knew then, Liam would always be her only brother. I stopped begging for their love. Days I buskied. Nights I played the bar. After 4 days, I finally had enough to fix my guitar. On the way to the shop, Chloe texted me to come home. She said she needed to talk. Since I was leaving in 2 days anyway, I went. My parents were there, clearly unhappy. Olivia shot me a hateful look. Chloe was there too, with 2 others who'd been waiting. She ran over, smiling bright, grabbing my arm. Ethan, look. I designed our wedding rings myself. Aren't they beautiful? A tablet showed a 3D model. Intricate, stunning. Ethan, she said softly, what are you waiting for? Do you like them? I've had this design for a couple years now. I wanted to surprise you when you got out. Let's get our fingers measured so we can have them made. Then our families can meet up in the next few days and set a date for the engagement. Her eyes were soft, full of hope for our future. Meanwhile, my parents' expressions were getting darker by the second. Olivia glared at me and muttered, if you get engaged to him, what's going to happen to Liam? Chloe froze, a flicker of discomfort on her face. But she quickly snapped back, frowning at Olivia. Don't be ridiculous, Olivia. Your brother is my fiancé. Olivia kept glaring daggers at me, but I held out my hand to be measured. Chloe seemed to relax and stood beside me for her finger. But Olivia, not backing down, rushed forward. Are you sure about this? Liam's in love with you. If you marry this dude, he's going to be heartbroken. He even donated his bone marrow for you. He'd do anything for you. Bone marrow? Wait, wasn't I the one who donated my bone marrow? Chloe hesitated again, then looked at me and said firmly, Liam and I are just friends. Barely had the words left her mouth when Liam appeared on the 3rd floor landing, looking wrecked. He was holding a fruit knife to his throat. Mom, Dad, Olivia, I'm so sorry, he cried, voice choked with anguish. My heart's breaking. I couldn't help falling in love with Chloe. But I wish her and Ethan all the happiness in the world. Goodbye, my love, my family. I won't be a burden to you anymore. The moment he spoke, everyone forgot I existed and scrambled up the stairs. The knife was small, and with 3 people wrestling him, he only managed a shallow cut. Still, it was enough to throw the whole house into chaos for the rest of the night. I spent another night curled up in the basement, listening to my mom's sobs and the screaming ambulance siren. Next morning, I grabbed my saved cash and my guitar and headed for the music shop. It was my birthday, and fixing the guitar would be my gift to myself. As I was leaving, Olivia blocked my path, finger pointed in my face. You're a curse, Ethan, she screamed. We haven't had a second of peace since you came back. Yesterday, you drove Liam to try and kill himself. You happy now? Today's Liam's birthday. If you have any decency left, you'll stop messing around, come home early, buy him a present, and apologize tonight. I looked at her, boiling with rage, and couldn't help the bitter irony. My own sister, forcing me to apologize to a boy who wasn't even her real brother. She called Liam brother with all this affection, but always used my full name. Thankfully, this would be the last time dealing with her. Tomorrow night, I'd be gone, done with all of them forever. Why should I apologize to him? I asked. You can't call that scratch a suicide attempt. It probably stopped bleeding before he even got to the hospital. And anyway, I don't think I did anything wrong. I walked past her, and she lost it, screaming at my back. You bastard, Ethan. You're the coldest person I've ever met. You don't deserve a haze. I actually felt sorry for you this morning, but now I see you deserve to be alone. You deserve even Chloe abandoning you. I paused, feeling a flicker of bitterness but nothing more. Let her say what she wanted. I already knew they didn't love me. Her words couldn't touch me anymore. Love didn't matter anymore. I spent the morning at the music shop. Blew almost all my cash, but the guitar was as good as new. Treated myself to a meal at a little old-town restaurant, then wandered through streets decked out for Christmas. My phone buzzed nonstop. Glanced at the screen, but didn't feel like replying. It was my parents' telling me to come home for their precious son's birthday party, and Olivia demanding I buy Liam a gift and apologize. Even Chloe sent a few texts. Ethan, where are you? Please come back to the house. I need to talk to you. I thought a sec, then replied, Chloe, if you're trying to get me to Liam's birthday party, don't waste your breath. I won't be wishing him a happy birthday. And if you're going to ask me to apologize, forget it. Winter felt extra cold this year. Wind cut right through me. Streets were packed with couples holding hands, kissing, fireworks cracking overhead. My mind drifted back to the years Chloe and I were tight. My birthday's Christmas Eve, and for years she was always there to celebrate with me. One year she was out of the country, but called to wish me happy birthday, promising a present. I was so touched. She was the only one who ever remembered. The only one who gave me gifts. Liam and I share a birthday. Every year, my parents and sister threw a lavish party at the estate. Weeks picking out perfect gifts, all for Liam. My own family had long forgotten my birthday. Or maybe they never knew. Or maybe they did, but always chose him. That one year, Chloe rushed back. Flew all the way just for me. We walked hand in hand, rode the Ferris wheel, watched fireworks, ate cake. Now even she had forgotten. I passed a bakery, tempted to buy cake for myself, but kept walking. Went to the bar for my last shift. While changing, I overheard the house band. Dude, did you hear? Chloe Sterling's getting engaged to Liam Hayes. Engagement party's tomorrow. Whoa, that's sudden. You think all tonight's fireworks are for him? You guessed it. Heard he had a little health scare yesterday. Hospital, but he's fine now. Got out today. And since it's his birthday, Miss Sterling arranged citywide fireworks. Tomorrow's engagement party's probably a big birthday surprise for him. Makes sense. Everyone in Chicago knows how devoted she is to him. I'm so jealous. 3 straight days of fireworks citywide. Rich really can do whatever they want. Bitter taste in my mouth. So her wedding ring talk yesterday, just a joke. My phone buzzed again. More calls and texts from Chloe asking where I was. I thought a sec, then texted, Happy birthday to Liam. Congrats on your engagement and future wedding. Hope you're happy now. Then I turned off my phone, cleared my head, and hit the stage. I was off my game, cut my set short. Bar wasn't packed, so didn't matter. Stepped outside, snow falling. Wind biting, shivering. Guitar slung over shoulder, I headed to the Chicago River. Wanted to ride the Ferris wheel one last time. But plans got interrupted by 2 familiar cars. Olivia's McLaren, Chloe's Phantom. Olivia jumped out first, storming over, pointing at the bar. You bastard, Ethan. Refused to come home for your brother's birthday, but happy wasting time here. Always act like we're the bad ones. Ever think about how you treat us? Is it really so hard to celebrate Liam's birthday? He keeps trying to make peace, but you push him away. I was used to it. Olivia always angry or insulting. Never could stand seeing me. But her words dripped with irony. Liam, her only brother, could do no wrong. Didn't matter, he'd wrecked my life. As long as Liam existed, he was the only one anyone saw, cared about, loved. No matter what I did, invisible. I didn't respond. Olivia grabbed my guitar and smashed it on the pavement. Ethan, if you hate us so much, why live in our house? Tried to stop her, but too late. Stomped on it again and again. Even through the case, I felt the wood splintering, mirror of my shattered heart. Don't look at me like that, Ethan. That stupid guitar more important than family? If we mean so little, just get out. I will, I said flatly. Gone tomorrow. I knelt, looked at the guitar. Smashed beyond repair. Couldn't stop tears. Chloe hurried over, annoyed at Olivia, then knelt beside me. Ethan, don't listen to her, she said, voice anxious. She's just being childish, angry. Tear hit the broken guitar. Chloe panicked, eyes wide, pulled me into a hug. Don't cry, she whispered. Do you like this guitar? I'll buy you a new one, okay? Please, don't be like this. I know it's your birthday. Let's try to be happy. Okay, look, Ethan, here's the ring I chose. Birthday present. Let's head back. Your parents need to talk to you. I didn't say a word. Pushed her away, opened the case to inspect the damage. Chloe sighed, voice edged with frustration. Ethan, why so difficult? Bad enough you don't respect parents, but won't listen to anyone. Just a stupid guitar. Acting like it's the end of the world. Olivia's your sister, Liam's your brother. Can't you try to get along? Olivia, still fuming, kicked the guitar again. So dramatic. I'm not wasting time coddling a grown man. Only Chloe's patient. I'll be in the car. Chloe's voice impatient. Not playing games, Ethan. Everyone's waiting. Stop wasting time over a broken guitar. I looked down at the ruined instrument, then coldly at her. Chloe, you think it's just a broken guitar? Well, isn't it? If you want, I'll buy as many as you want. In a couple days. Pick anyone. But right now, come back to the house. Suffocating bitterness. Tossed broken guitar in trash, walked toward her car. She wanted me back. Fine. Seeing me give in, Chloe caught up, pressed a ring box into my hand. Chose this especially for you. Hope you like it. Her expression softened, hint of guilt. Hugged me, voice full of pity. You've gotten so thin. I promise to make more time. We'll eat together. Don't like seeing you this thin. Ethan, promise me at the house you won't get angry, won't fight. Please. No matter what happens, you're the only one I love. Love? If I hadn't found out she was engaged to Liam tomorrow, I might have believed her. But now, her words, against fireworks, sounded like a cruel joke. I was about to speak when front passenger window rolled down. Liam, face smug, contemptuous, only I could see. Voice dripping fake innocence. I'm so sorry, Ethan, he said. I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's getting late, and you know, Mom and Dad don't like staying up. And Chloe, don't we have a big day tomorrow? I didn't say a damn thing after that. I just shoved Chloe away and climbed into the back seat, my heart frozen solid, like straight-up ice. When we got back to the Hay estate, my parents were already there waiting. The second I walked in, my mother turned to Olivia and snapped in French. Where has he been all this time? We've all been waiting for him. He has absolutely no manners. Olivia shot me a nasty glare, dropped into a chair, and replied in French. Mom, Dad, you should just tell accounting to cut off his allowance. It's a total waste of money. No matter what we do, he'll never be one of us. He's an embarrassment to the Hayes family. I saw him busking downtown the other day, and tonight he was hanging around some bar. He knew it was Liam's birthday. I told him this morning. He's just doing this to spite us. I couldn't stand listening to them trash me anymore, so I jumped in, acting clueless. You wanted to see me? What's going on? My mother instantly put on her fake concern act, taking my hand. My dear boy, why are you so distant? We're your family. You should have worn a warmer coat. Your hands are freezing. It breaks my heart seeing you like this. Back in the day, her words might have made me cry. But not now. Not anymore. My heart was too wrecked, too numb to feel a thing. When I didn't answer, her smile twitched, but she kept going. You have to understand, Ethan. You three are all my children, and I love you all the same. But you're the oldest. You need to be more understanding toward your brother and sister. Your brother has been diagnosed with severe bipolar disorder. He can't control his emotions. He's still so young. We can't let this illness destroy his life. Then she dropped the bomb. To help him through this, your father and I, along with Chloe, have made a decision. We've arranged for him and Chloe to get engaged. The ceremony is tomorrow. If you're not feeling up to it, you can go out for a while. If you need money, just tell me. I stood there, stiff as a plank, staring at the woman who was supposed to be my mother. Sometimes I honestly wondered if she really was. How could she look at me and see absolutely nothing? As far back as I could remember, I'd envied kids who had real mothers. To me, a mother was supposed to be something sacred, something pure. I'd always hoped mine would love me, even just a little, that we could have something close to a normal relationship. But all she ever did was let me down. My silence pissed my father off. He glared at me, his voice sharp and cold. He gripped his porcelain teacup so hard I thought it would crack. Ethan, why are you staring at your mother like that? We're trying to discuss this with you civilly. Who do you think you are, pulling that face? Don't forget this engagement is an alliance between the Hayes and the Stirrings. Without this family, you'd never have had a shot with Chloe. Olivia jumped in, dripping with sarcasm. Some people are just so full of themselves. They never stop to think where they'd be without this family. Besides, Liam and Chloe have been in love for years. If he hadn't shown up and messed everything up, they'd have been married ages ago. This has nothing to do with him. Someone like him isn't worthy of Chloe. He's not even worth a single hair on Liam's head. That's enough, Olivia, Chloe cut in. Stop saying stupid things. Ethan is your brother. Don't make it worse. I love Ethan. That's a fact, she said. But the whole time, she stayed glued to Liam's side, never once looking at me. My parents stayed silent. Maybe they agreed with Olivia that I was just an unwanted problem. I listened to everything without a word, swallowing the bitter irony of it all. I turned to Chloe and held out the ring box. Since you've already agreed to this, there was no point asking me. I respect your choice. Since you're getting engaged to him, you should take this back. I don't need it. Maybe give it to him. I'm sure he'd like it. Chloe stared at me, eyes wide, pain flashing across her face. Ethan, you don't want it? I nodded. No, I said calmly. I don't want the ring. And I don't want you. Her eyes filled with tears instantly. She rushed over, grabbed my hand. Are you mad? Please believe me. I told you I love you. This engagement, it's just his obsession right now. It's not real. It's all for show. I just want to help him get through this rough time. How messed up was that? She was engaged to another man and still trying to keep me on the hook with love talk. I pulled my hand away and dropped the ring box back into her palm. Before I could say anything else, she opened it, her face begging. Ethan, this ring was made just for you. The style, it's perfect. Please, just wait for me. Just give me some time. That's when Liam stepped between us. He held out his hand, showing the ring already on his finger. Ethan, please, he said, voice thick with emotion. Please take Chloe's ring. I'll feel way too guilty wearing mine if you don't. If you're upset, it'll ruin tomorrow for me, and it's supposed to be a happy day. When he saw I was just calmly staring at the ring on his finger, not yelling, not losing my mind, his expression darkened. In a split second, his whole vibe changed. He started yanking at his hair, his voice going full panic mode. It's all my fault. I'm the one who doesn't belong here. If you don't want this, then fine. Don't worry about how I feel. Seeing him like that, Chloe instantly rushed to him. The ring box slipped from her hand, forgotten like everything else. She clung to his arm, soothing him softly. Liam, don't do this. Don't hurt yourself. The engagement party is still happening tomorrow. I promised you, and I'll keep my promise. Olivia pointed straight at me, her face twisted with rage. Get out, Ethan. You've done nothing but cause problems since the day you showed up. So what if you were engaged to Chloe? This is about life and death. Why can't you just step aside for Liam? Do we all have to beg you on our knees? And have you even looked in the mirror lately with that ugly scar on your face? If you were the one getting engaged to Chloe, you wouldn't just embarrass the Hayes family. You'd embarrass the Stirrings too. How noble. From the moment I was found, my own blood had been telling me to step aside. My bedroom had been handed to Liam long before I even arrived. My parents, disgusted by how timid I was, barely glanced at me before saying, just let your brother keep your room for now. First it was my room. Then it was everything else. Big things, small things. Even when Liam got drunk and raped a girl, I, the older brother, was expected to take the fall for him. I'll never forget that. When I refused, my mother pressed a bottle of pills to her lips, sobbing. Liam is the child I've cherished all these years, she cried. How can I let his future be destroyed? Can't you, as his brother, help him just this once? He's always been such a good boy. He has such a bright future. We can't let it all fall apart. And his health is fragile. How can we let him face this alone? You won't go to prison. You just need to cooperate with the people Chloe arranged. Admit you have a mental illness, and you'll be committed to a psychiatric facility. You'll be comfortable there. No one will bother you. We'll make sure you have the best of everything. I'm begging you as your mother. Please. If you don't, I'll swallow these pills right now and end it all. My father smashed the only family photo we had. Refuse, he roared. How dare you refuse? Your brother has been a son to us all the years you were gone. This is the least you can do for him. Even Olivia looked at me like I was the villain. If you don't do this, she begged, you'll ruin Liam's life. I refused, but it didn't matter. I'd just been accepted into a top university. My future was brighter than Liam's ever had been. They didn't care. They weren't proud. They never once thought about what would happen to me in a place like that. The scar on my face was a constant reminder that no matter what I did, no matter what I gave up, I deserved it in their eyes. I clenched my fists, shoved the memories aside, and looked at their resentful faces. I couldn't help laughing. I won't be here tomorrow, I said. Congrats on the engagement. They all froze. I turned and walked out of the living room, heading down to the basement. It had started snowing. The flakes felt heavy on my shoulders, just like my heart. Chloe followed me, pushing the ring box into my hand again. I opened it. The ring inside was identical to the one Liam was wearing. Identical rings, I said. What exactly are you trying to say, Chloe? Before she could answer, Liam stepped in, fake regret all over his face. I'm really sorry, Ethan. This is all my fault. The engagement was so rushed there wasn't time to make 2 sets, so we got a replica. But don't worry, I'll give you mine later. Pathetic. They stood there with matching rings, offering me a knockoff, and still had the nerve to say they loved me. I'll design a new pair for us later, Chloe started, but I didn't let her finish. I just walked away. Tomorrow, I'd be gone. I lay in bed, wide awake. I packed what little I had. This basement was never a home. All I owned was my phone, a battered journal, and my guitar. In school, I had books, but I bought them myself with part-time job money and sold them as soon as I finished, just to survive. Everyone in Chicago knew the haze and the stirrings were insanely powerful, drowning in money. But me, a Hayes son, had never received a single dollar of allowance. Not in high school. Not in college. I remembered Liam and Olivia's birthdays costing hundreds of thousands. I remembered Liam bragging about a pen worth more than a car. And I remembered the cheap pen in my own hand. Proof I'd never belong. But soon, I'd finally be free. I found an old pen and opened my journal. I never had friends, so I wrote everything down, even my time in the hospital. After I left, no one would ever come down here except maybe the cleaners. The journal was nothing but pain, suffocation, not a single happy memory. I decided to leave it behind, to leave them all behind. In the quiet hours of the night, I wrote a final goodbye. I knew they'd probably never read it, but I wrote it anyway. It was late when I finally closed the journal and got ready for bed. My phone buzzed. It was Chloe, still awake, texting. Ethan, thank you for being so understanding today. I know this is hard, but Liam saved my life. He donated his bone marrow when I had leukemia. I can't abandon him now. He saved me, so I have to repay him. Even if you're angry, I have to go through with this engagement. As for us, I'll make it up to you later. I promise. My eyes burned with tears. I was the one who saved her. I was the one whose health fell apart after the transplant. How could she believe it was Liam? I couldn't stop myself. I typed back. Chloe, I was the one who gave you my bone marrow. The second I sent it, I regretted it. I told her the truth before, right before she had me committed. She didn't believe me then. Why would she now? I was about to delete it when a voice note came through. Her tone was sharp, annoyed. That's enough, Ethan. I know you want my attention, but you don't have to lie to get it. Everyone knows Liam saved me. You'll say anything to hurt him, to drive us apart. Don't you ever say that to me again, or I swear I'll lose the tiny bit of respect I still have for you. Get some sleep. The engagement party's tomorrow night. Liam's even throwing a little welcome home shindig for you with some friends. He's actually trying to be a good brother. I wish you'd chill a bit and stop going after him all the time. I didn't sleep a wink that night. I always thought Chloe was different. She was the first person who really accepted me. I thought she trusted me, but in the end, she was just like everyone else. She swallowed every word Liam spat out and wouldn't believe me. Even when I spilled the truth the year she got diagnosed, she didn't tell me. I found out from Olivia. I rushed home, got tested. When I found out I was a match, I didn't hesitate for a second. Didn't care about my own health, didn't even think about it. All I wanted was for her to be safe, to be healthy. And now, everything I did for nothing. All credited to him. But whatever. Tomorrow, I'm gone. Whether she believes me or not doesn't matter. I slept till noon, grabbed the few clothes I had left, planning to toss them, and went out to eat. As I crossed the yard, I heard a ruckus from the living room. Sounded like a freaking party. A party where everyone was busy dragging me and singing Liam's praises. Olivia, your brother is so rude, one guest said. Liam throws a whole party for him, even gets a freaking cake. And he doesn't even show up. Huh, told you he didn't deserve it. Forget him. Let's just call it an early celebration for Liam and Chloe. Yeah, now that he's out of that place, better if he's not around. He'd just ruin the vibe. This is perfect. Chloe, go give Liam a kiss. Pre-wedding party vibes, let's have some fun. Kiss kiss. Amid all the cheering, Chloe spotted me. She didn't look thrilled, but she started walking over anyway. The guests whispered again, this time in French. Chloe's a saint dealing with him. I know, right? We wait all morning, and he shows up just as Chloe and Liam are about to kiss. Shameless. Obviously on purpose. Everyone knows he used to be obsessed with her, but a creep like him doesn't deserve Chloe. Liam caught up to Chloe, stepping in front of me. Chloe, please, he whined, pathetic. Don't embarrass me in front of everyone. It's just a kiss. Doesn't mean anything. Ethan won't mind. Chloe stopped. Liam wrapped his arm around her waist, pulled her close, kissed her. She didn't push him away. I turned and walked off, their cheering ringing in my ears. My departure was set for 8 p.m., so I had some time. Hit a small old town spot for one last meal, then walked through the snow to a rooftop overlooking Lincoln Park. Watching the city lights flick on, wind biting my face. Shame it wasn't dark yet, the view's way better at night. Ferris wheel at Navy Pier turned like always. For a second, I was back to that night Chloe and I wrote the will together, watching the stars from this very spot. Sat there till 6 o'clock, then got a text from Chloe. Ethan, please wait. I can't abandon Liam now. Once he's stable, we can be together. Promise. I typed a reply. Chloe, there will never be a didn't send it. Walked back down, snow crunching underfoot, heart colder with every step. Fireworks exploded in the sky, prelude to their engagement party. I went to Navy Pier, rode the Ferris wheel alone. Same view as before, fireworks, stars. Beautiful, but I was solo. My only company, the phone that brought nothing but pain. At the apex, I pulled out my phone to snap a pic. Then opened Facebook. Liam posted a pic, fancy suit, arm around Chloe, caption, to have and to hold from this day forward. Olivia posted them holding hands. To the most handsome brother and the most beautiful bride-to-be. Wishing you a lifetime of happiness. Even my parents posted blessings. I put my phone away, didn't snap a pic, wiped tears, and waited for the ride to end. Checked the time, almost 8 o'clock. Hailed a cab, went back home. Usually bustling, tonight dead. Even the staff gone. Showered, put on new clothes, grabbed my bag, left without looking back. Unmarked vehicle waiting at the meeting point. Driving through downtown, saw the hotel hosting the engagement. Massive screen outside, live feed of Chloe and Liam holding hands, exchanging vows, smiling at each other like it's real love. Parents beaming, Olivia ecstatic, everyone celebrating. Watched a sec, wished them happy engagement, then looked away. From that day on, the Hayes family and everything tied to them, gone. After the formalities, Chloe looked for me, nowhere. Panic creeping. Liam drunk, she annoyed. Dialed me, line busy. Blocked. Heart sank. Went to Olivia. Up until now, telling herself all's fine. Ethan's understanding, loves her, would forgive her. But now, panic. Olivia complaining with friends, loud. Where'd you hear that? Chloe's in love with Liam. Ethan's a bitter clown. Better if he vanished. Chloe snapped. Ethan's your brother. Show some damn respect. Olivia stared. That's unfair. Why respect him? That monster doesn't treat us like family. Chloe. Forgot he got that scar saving your life? Threw himself in front of a car for you. He cares. Olivia muttered, called him, line busy. Panic hit. Olivia guessed, saw the Facebook pics, just sulking, another dumb game. Chloe wished she could be with me now, couldn't, anxiety gnawing. Just then, parents came over. Liam's looking for you, dear. Go keep him company. Chloe didn't move. Don't bring him here. It'll upset him. Had the kitchen pack food. Take it back. I'll join after party, celebrate his birthday, pick a gift tomorrow. Olivia, annoyed, nodded. Birthday? She asked. Parents looked. Chloe felt a pang of sadness. These people, his family, didn't even know his birthday. Years of hurt, disappointment. Irritation rose in Chloe. Mocking. You're his parents, his sister. Don't you know his birthday's the same as Liam's? Oh right, you're his mother. Sure you know, just don't care. Feeling worse, she turned, forced herself to push me back, focus on party. Couldn't shake unease. 40 minutes passed. Olivia should have been at the house. Chloe texts, no reply. Anxiety knotting tighter. She wished party ended, had to reach me fast. Olivia searched upper floors, frustrated. Called my name. Nothing. Finally, in peak rage, tossed food in trash. Mutters. This is so annoying. That damn Ethan thinks he's so important. Probably out messing around. Bars he plays at. Another text from Chloe. Sigh. Olivia drives to bar. Not there. About to leave, bartender calls out. Miss Hayes, were you looking for Ethan? Olivia froze, then nodded, totally caught off guard. How do you even know who I am? She asked. A nasty thought crossed her mind. Had Ethan been running his mouth, flexing that he was a Hayes? Just imagining him telling people he was her brother made her stomach turn in that same old, familiar way. Miss Hayes, Ethan hasn't shown up for a couple of days, the man said. I own this place. He used to play here pretty often, So we talk now and then. Got to know each other a little. He paused, then added, he told me he had a beautiful younger sister. Said he was saving up to buy you some jewelry. The past few days, he was grinding hard to get his guitar fixed. He made enough money yesterday, but today he never came in. He told me he wouldn't be back. I figured his little simple life experiment was over. Never thought I'd see you here, looking for him. When Olivia stepped out of the bar, a weird, unsettling feeling settled in her chest. She couldn't explain it, but it made her mad. So Ethan hadn't been slacking off after all. He'd actually been working. But why the hell would a Hayes need to work? Their parents had always made sure Ethan got his allowance. There was no way he could be broke, right? On the drive home, more memories started popping up, one after another. Ethan always wore plain, cheap clothes, and he barely had any of them. He almost never ate with the family. She and Liam had access to a whole fleet of cars, yet Ethan didn't even own one. A scary thought crept in. Was he working because he had no money? That didn't make sense. It couldn't be true. Her head was spinning, the questions stacking up and making her more irritated by the minute. She called the family accountant and straight up demanded to know how much money had been transferred to Ethan's account over the years. Miss Hayes, the accountant said calmly, the family has never transferred any money to Mr. Ethan's account. Those words hit her like a punch to the chest. This had to be some sick joke. There was no way. What? That's impossible. You've got to be wrong. Check again. Go to the office right now if you have to. I want a full report of every single transfer to Ethan's account for the past 10 years, and I want it in 30 minutes. The accountant didn't even sound shaken. Miss Hayes, I've personally handled the family's finances all these years. I can guarantee you, not a single dollar has ever been sent to Mr. Ethan. The funds were originally meant for him, but Mr. Liam requested they be redirected to his own account for a business venture, with Mr. and Mrs. Hayes' approval. So the money has always gone to him. After hanging up, Olivia felt even more messed up than before. She knew exactly how much she and Liam got every month. It was more than enough to fund their over-the-top lifestyles. And Liam had never even started a business. So why did he need Ethan's money too? That meant Ethan had been working because he had nothing. Did he even pay his own way through college? Olivia couldn't think about anything else. She called one of the maids and asked where Ethan's room was. She had to find him tonight. She needed answers, why he'd never said a word. She'd accused him of being lazy, of wasting his life, and he'd never once spoken up for himself. What the hell had he been thinking? Mr. Ethan has always lived in the basement, the maid said. He should be down there sleeping now. Olivia went completely silent. When she finally spoke, her voice was shaking with rage. What? Say that again. How could Ethan be living in the basement? He's a Hayes. Since when? The maid sounded confused. Miss, he's always lived in the basement. More than 10 years now, ever since he came back. Mr. and Mrs. Hayes said his room was given to Mr. Liam, and that he should find somewhere else. We servants don't have keys to the other rooms, and they never gave him one, so he moved into the basement. When Olivia opened the basement door, the sight in front of her made her feel sick. The huge space was cold, damp, and filled with trash, like some kind of dumping ground. She had no idea it looked like this. She couldn't even imagine how her brother had survived down here for over a decade without saying a word. The deeper she walked inside, the worse it felt. In the corner was a makeshift bed, old oil drums and wooden planks thrown together. A thin mattress lay on top, with a neatly folded blanket. That was it. No closet. No bathroom. Those would have been luxury items down here. Her eyes burned with tears. On a small stool under the bed, she found a battered notebook. There was also a torn photograph and a medical document, a bone marrow donation report. Olivia's hands started shaking. A Hayes, her own brother, living like this. She couldn't bring herself to open the notebook. The donation report alone was crushing enough. She stumbled out of the basement, clutching the items to her chest, and tried calling Ethan again. Still busy. He had blocked all of them. How was this even real? Liam had said he was the one who donated bone marrow to Chloe. So how could it have been Ethan? Why had Ethan been stuck in the basement? Why hadn't he ever gotten any money? Why had it all gone to Liam? Why hadn't Ethan said a single thing? And why had Liam kept it all secret? Olivia spent the rest of the night completely wrecked. At 4 a.m, her parents, Liam, and Chloe finally came back. The second Chloe walked in, she started looking around nervously. "Where's your brother?" she asked Olivia, her voice tight with panic. Isn't he home? Why didn't you find him? That's when Chloe noticed Olivia's red, swollen eyes. Ethan? Olivia stuttered, unable to finish. What about him? Chloe demanded, grabbing her. Tell me. Right then, the notebook and the donation report slipped from Olivia's arms and hit the floor. Chloe bent down to pick them up, but the moment she saw the name on the report, she collapsed, staring at it in shock. Ethan Hayes. Olivia ignored her and rushed to her parents. Mom, Dad, call Ethan. Did he block you too? What's the big deal? Her mother snapped, annoyed. If he's not back, he's not back. He's a grown man. He can handle himself. You've been up all night. Go to bed. Don't let him ruin your mood. Still, she pulled out her phone. I'd like to see him try to block his own mother. A second later, the automated voice played, and her face dropped. The number you have dialed is unavailable. He really blocked us, Mr. Hayes said in disbelief. He tried calling from his own phone. Same result. He was about to explode when Chloe staggered to her feet, the report clutched in her hand. She slapped Liam hard across the face. You told me you were the one who donated bone marrow to me. So why does this say it was Ethan? The slap and the accusation stunned Mr. and Mrs. Hayes. Mrs. Hayes recovered first, rushing to protect Liam. What are you doing? What do you mean Ethan donated it? Liam saved you. Chloe snatched the report and shoved it at her. Look, it's right here, with the hospital's official seal. Are you still so sure it was Liam? As Mrs. Hayes stared at the document, Liam started his usual weak act. Chloe, you're misunderstanding. That report doesn't prove anything. Shut up, Chloe yelled. It's always the same with you, playing the victim. Who do you think you're fooling? If you won't tell me the truth, I'll go to the hospital myself. Now I get why Ethan said yesterday that he was the donor. I believed you every time, no questions asked. But now I'm wondering if you've been lying to me this whole damn time. With that, Chloe stormed out. No one stopped her. Olivia finally turned to Liam, tears streaming. Tell me, she said quietly, dangerously. You didn't tell the accountant to stop sending Ethan his allowance, did you? You didn't steal his money, did you? Liam freaked out, shaking his head. Olivia, what are you talking about? I'd never do that. Right then, the family accountant arrived with a thick file. Miss Hayes, here's the detailed report you asked for. Liam reached for it, but Mr. Hayes yanked it away. Olivia saw the numbers and lost it, tears of pure rage pouring down her face. Liam, what part of you is even real? She screamed. All these years you played the innocent one, telling Mom and Dad that Ethan had plenty of money, that he hated you for no reason. It was all bullshit, wasn't it? You stole his allowance every month, and you even took credit for the bone marrow he gave Chloe. Don't look at me like that. I didn't want to believe it either, but I called the hospital. The donor was Ethan. And I also found out about all the women you've been keeping with our family's money. I've got the photos, the receipts, everything on my phone. How long are you going to keep lying? Every word came with a fresh tear, her whole body shaking. Her parents stood there in stunned silence, slowly processing everything. Liam just stood there trembling. What are you talking about? He whimpered. I don't understand. Mr. Hayes suddenly lunged forward and punched him, sending him stumbling. He grabbed Liam by the collar, furious. You've been hurting innocent girls after everything we gave you? Is this how you repay us? Mrs. Hayes rushed forward, crying, trying to protect Liam. Honey, stop. There has to be a mistake. Let him go. We can fix this. Before she could finish, Chloe stormed back in. Fix this how, Mrs. Hayes? She snapped. You protected your adopted son for years and ignored your real one. Now the truth is right in front of you, and you still won't see it. Then look at this. She held up new papers. I just got these from the psychiatric facility. Ethan was beaten and tortured there for years. And the one who arranged it all was your precious Liam. He told them to break Ethan, to torture him until he went insane. And he told them to say you, his own mother, gave the order. Mrs. Hayes took the papers with shaking hands, tears pouring down her face. Impossible, she whispered. My Liam is kind. He's good. He's my pride. He'd never be that cruel. Mr. Hayes collapsed to the floor, staring at the documents. Why? He roared. Liam, why? We loved you more than our own son. When you committed that crime, we made Ethan take the blame. We gave you everything. Why were you still so cruel to the son we never loved? Are you even human? Olivia was sobbing now. You two-faced monster. Liam, you make me sick. We were all wrong about Ethan. How much pain did we put him through for him to just disappear without a word? We were his only family. Where could he have gone? Liam looked at them and suddenly laughed, wild and unhinged. Why are you blaming me? Don't you know your own part in this? You made me this way by ignoring everything I did. I wanted Ethan to know that as long as I existed, his family and his fiancée would never love him. I wanted him to live his whole life as a pathetic, unloved loser. Now you blame me? If I held the knife, you're the ones who sharpened it. The pain I caused him is nothing compared to what all of you did to him. So yeah, I'll admit it. I'm an inhuman monster. Happy now? People are always going to whisper behind my back, saying I'm just the adopted son. But so what? At least I've lived a better life than your real son ever did. Your precious biological son lived nothing but pure misery. And so what if he was the one who donated the marrow? Chloe, you loved him, not me. Why the hell should he have done that for you? You're no better than the rest of them. You really think you didn't hurt him? You never believed him either. You probably hurt him the most of all. Before Liam could even finish, Chloe, completely blinded by rage, snatched the fruit knife off the floor and stabbed it into his chest again and again. Blood splattered all over her dress. You bastard, she screamed. You bastard. You deserve to die. You deserve to die. The others finally snapped out of their shock and rushed in to pull her away. For the second time in just 2 days, the sound of an ambulance siren tore through the night at the Hayes estate. Liam survived, but barely. He was sent to a psychiatric facility. Mrs. Hayes completely broke down. Overnight, she lost her mind, couldn't recognize anyone, crying and apologizing to every single person she saw. Mr. Hayes seemed to age decades in one night, his hair turning gray, his body growing frail. Only Olivia and Chloe were left, stuck wrestling with guilt and regret, spending every day desperately searching for any trace of Ethan. But it was like he'd vanished off the face of the earth. No matter how much money they threw at it, no matter how many people they hired, they found nothing. 2 years passed, then 5, then 10. A hell of a lot can happen in 10 years. Liam died in the institution. Mrs. Hayes, in a rare moment of clarity, slipped away from her caretakers, wandered into the street, and was hit and killed by a passing car. Mr. Hayes, crushed by everything, suffered a massive stroke that left him paralyzed and bedridden. The responsibility of running Hayes Industries fell onto Olivia's shoulders. In 10 years, the once mighty corporation, under her inexperienced leadership, was teetering on the edge of collapse. The Sterlings and the Hayes, once inseparable, drifted completely apart. For 10 long years, Chloe split her time between running her family's company, tormenting Liam in the institution, and burning every resource she had searching for Ethan. Every single day was fresh agony. When Ethan was still around, she took it for granted, believing he'd always be there, that he'd always love her. It was only after he was truly gone that she finally realized all the money and power in the world couldn't bring him back. Her Ethan was gone forever. 12 years passed. When Ethan Hayes set foot in Chicago again, the painful, suffocating past that once consumed him felt like a distant, half-forgotten dream. He was only back to receive an award. After the ceremony, he was scheduled to leave immediately for a new assignment on a remote research vessel in the South Pacific. His future was there, in his work. All he wanted now was to make a real, meaningful contribution to his country and to society. He never expected to run into anyone from his past, especially not like this. As he was leaving the ballroom, he spotted 2 familiar figures in the distance, locked in a heated argument. It was Olivia, desperately pleading with Chloe. Chloe, please, I'm begging you, have mercy. Let Hayes Industries go. The company is barely holding on. I'm only trying to keep it alive so I can give it to Ethan when he comes back. It was Dad's life's work. I can't let it be destroyed. I know Ethan will come back. Before she could finish, Chloe saw me. She stumbled as she ran toward me. And just as I turned to leave, she wrapped her arms around me from behind, holding on like her life depended on it. Ethan, you're finally back. I've been looking for you for so long. I've been waiting for you for so long. I pushed her away firmly, my face cold and distant. Tears poured down her cheeks as she bit her lip, whispering again and again, I'm sorry, Ethan. I'm so sorry. Olivia rushed over, her eyes red and swollen, her body shaking with emotion. Ethan. Oh, Ethan, you're finally back. Please, come and see Dad. We have so much to tell you. I stepped back, putting even more distance between us, and looked at them calmly. I already knew everything that had happened to them over the years. None of it stirred even the tiniest emotion in me. Even now, standing in front of the two women I once loved more than life itself, crying, apologizing, I felt absolutely nothing. I looked at them, my voice icy. Excuse me, but please don't disturb my life any further. In this world, not every I'm sorry deserves, and it's okay. They both collapsed to their knees, apologies turning into desperate pleas. I'm sorry, Ethan. You don't have to forgive me. But please, don't disappear again, Chloe begged. I've lived in agony every day for the past 12 years. I can't lose you again. Ethan, we know we were wrong, Olivia sobbed. Mom was eaten alive by guilt until the day she died. And that bastard got what he deserved. He died horribly. We're so sorry, Ethan. So sorry. It was all our fault. What can we do to make you forgive us? A cold smile touched my lips. Ask yourselves this, I said quietly and clearly. If I had done to you what you did to me, would you be able to forgive me? For 10 years in that hospital, I dreamed of the day I'd be free of all of you. Now I am. My life is finally mine. If you try to interfere with it again, I won't be merciful. I turned and walked away without looking back. They scrambled to their feet and stumbled after me. That's when my assistant stepped in front of them, blocking their path, her face hard and unreadable. Miss Sterling. Miss Hayes, she said sharply. I'm aware of your history with my supervisor, and even as an outsider, I can see you don't deserve his forgiveness. How dare you keep harassing him? Let me give you a little advice. He's not the man you once knew. He's now under the protection of the United States government. His time is extremely valuable, and he doesn't need to waste a single second on people like you. If you keep pushing against his wishes, you might want to think about whether your already struggling companies can survive going up against the full force of the federal government. Even if you don't care about yourselves, think about your families. Do not contact him again. He does not want to see you. If you truly want to atone, then spend the rest of your lives in repentance. Maybe if you lived through what he lived through, you'd finally understand what it means to leave someone in peace. When my assistant caught up to me, the street behind us was dead silent. The whole world felt silent. I went straight to the airport, not wanting to waste another second in that suffocating city. The storm was over, but there was nothing left for me there. My life was meant to be an open road, not a cage made of old heartbreaks and broken promises.